like take care of like during my practice. Like I gotta take care of my body more. So that's what I learned. I feel like.
How's your relationship with Rocky developed from being a guy you
Like
beat some bad
yeah.
to beating
Well,
some
actually, like I like through Instagram and stuff. Before he came, I was talking to him, and when he came, we kind of like connect together because in the mat is one thing, outside the mat is another thing. But it's a good connection with him. He's a great guy. So everything good with him.
What did that wrestle off on Sunday do for you to prep for this weekend?
It means a lot. Like I haven't get a match in a while, so just kind of like the coaches and myself. I see where am I at, and then I just gonna get kind of like get me ready for Saturday. So it was good.
Is there a time last year that you look back on that was the toughest time when you knew you had to be shut down, you're dealing with all this stuff, you want to compete as much as anything? Was there a time where you really it got at you mentally and you did something to overcome it?
Well, when I got hurt, like I do the MRI and I saw that I got kind of like a 2.5 or 3 grade torn MCL, and I knew that we got the Iowa match coming up in 2 weeks after that, and it was tough. It was tough. Just I and I wrestled, I did good, but after that, like I couldn't even do anything in practice or anything, and I went to compete in Nashville, and then I didn't feel good at all, and then I feel like in Nashville, I kind of figured out that my knee wasn't that that good, and but yeah, it was tough. It was really tough.
What did you learn about yourself during that time that you had to be on the bench?
Learn a lot, like since I got here, I've been on the team, racing hard and everything. And I just learned to, to be more patient and just, enjoy my team wrestling, for Iowa State, for the program. But I learned, to have a lot of patience, but everything went good.
How was that patience paid off for you? Do you feel like as the season's just about to start? Other opportunities?
Like now, like, I don't think looking back, just, I think was God's plan. That, they went that way, but now it's another season, a different year, so just looking forward for this year and whatever was in the past, we already overcome that. So I'm ready for what the future, for the future.
I feel like coming off of last year, obviously we were coming into like media day last year. We were talking about how do you feel after not getting what you wanted at NCAA's, and then you have the year where you kind of things don't go your way again when you kind of build yourself back up. So how hard was it again, kind of now building yourself back up and trying to get the postseason that you want when you're one of the top guys in the country?
That's a good question, but like I would say that like wrestling stuff and life is tough, and everything in life is tough, but just sometimes you want something and you don't get it because life, or God, or like life doesn't want it like to be that way, and then you just gotta be patient and keep the focus going and focus on the next thing coming up. But I feel like everything is good, and as I said, like what happened in the last 2 years is already in the past. Just what I learned is just to keep going and keep focusing on the next great thing that is coming up, which is this season.
Who have been the guys you've been really excited to see on the mat? Who's kind of impressed you, throughout the off season when you've gotten a chance to watch them?
But about my team or
Yeah, about
or
other
my
guys
team?
on the team
On the
that you
team.
really
Oh,
like,
Jacob
yeah.
Frost. Jacob Frost. He kind of like he wasn't the guy, and then he. Casey Sorosky by the time he got hurt, and then he stepped out there and then he did his job. Jacob Frost was the guy that like he All American last year, and then he kind of put the team on his back. During that time, Anthony got hurt too, so I feel like Jacob impressed me a lot. How like he improved from the beginning of the season and through the end of the season.
Gonna say or ask, how much did you and Anthony, as countrymen, lean on and good friends, lean on each other when you're going through your injury? He goes through what he goes through, the scary deal with the hospital and the big, what's going on kind of thing. How did you guys lean on each other and help each other?
Yeah, it was tough, and like I feel like we, like I got hurt first, and then he got hurt after, and he was trying to come back, and then he was in the hospital for like almost like a month or so, whatever. And the thing was like like Hen and I, we was thinking like what's God's plan, like we were giving our best, our best try, and it didn't work our way, but I feel like we support each other, and now it's it's a new thing, but we already went through it, so we good.